Hey, this is WhyBeAre with Automation, the car company Tycoon game, and we are going to do our very first sandbox build after we completed all of the scenarios. And this sandbox build is just going pure stupid. And we're going to try to go and build a car that can reach 400 miles per hour. And I don't even know if that's technically possible in the game, but we're going to at least push the limits to get as high as top speed as we possibly can. So for the car itself, we need a monocoque chassis because lightweight is key for going that fast. We can't be wasting weight anywhere at all. Material, again, lightweight. Carbon fiber, nothing is lighter than carbon fiber, so we're going to use a carbon fiber material for there. And now the engine placement. I'm really not 100% sure which one to use, but I'm thinking mid-longitudinal would probably be ideal because I think it has a slightly bigger engine bay than mid-transverse, and the other two aren't really good for a super fast car, where the mid-transverse, mid-longitudinal engine setups give you some really aerodynamic looking supercar body styles, which would probably be more suitable for going 400 miles per hour. Suspension, we're going to use McPherson struts in the front and back because I think they're lighter weight than double wishbone. As scary as that sounds, having a car with McPherson struts in front and back going 400 miles per hour, that's fine, don't worry about it. It's totally perfect. Drive type, I'm going to do just rear wheel drive. Again, lightweight. I'm going to be saying that throughout the video. Everything has to be as light as possible. Panel material, carbon fiber. Can't get lighter than that. Alright, so now let's do the body style. We got three choices here. So there's this one, and this one. I think I'm going to go with this one just because it has the biggest engine bay. That is going to be huge. I know it weighs a bit more than the other ones, but we need that big engine bay. So we're going to go ahead and use that one. And I'm not going to do the fixtures yet. I'm going to come back to those later. Because right now, I want to build the engine. This engine is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to probably have to put out at least 2,000 horsepower, I'm thinking, to reach the goal I have. So we're going to use a V flat plane. Because usually it seems like V flat planes just squeeze a little bit more power out of the same engine configuration versus a normal V8 in this game. So we're going to use a V8, V flat plane 8, I mean, whatever you want to call it. Block material, magnesium. It's the lightest block material there is, so we'll have a magnesium block. How fancy is that? And we can go ahead and close this, because I know what the things do for the most part. And for the engine size, we'll come back to that. I'll come back to that later, and I'll max it out for the engine bay size. So now the crank, the lightest one is probably the billet steel, so we're going to probably use that. And yes, it is, so we're going to use that. Con rods, I'm pretty sure we just need them to be as strong as possible, so I-beam titanium will win in that one because it has a very high max RPM and very high max torque. Now for the pistons, I'm pretty sure this thing is going to be more torque heavy than RPM heavy, so I think we should use some forged pistons for this. And then we could probably slam that quality slider all the way up for pretty much everything because we're going to be pushing this engine to absurd limits. And now the Hedden Valves, we're going to do a dual overhead cam 5 valve because that just gets you the best airflow, the lowest friction, and the highest RPM. All of which are going to be really important. Head material, whatever's lightest, which would be aluminum silicone. Cam profile, we're pretty much going to want to max that out, I'm pretty sure. Maybe put it at 90. Because I don't know if it's going to be revving that high, but it is going to be revving pretty high. VVT, we're going to have VVT. Because it just helps, usually. It seems like I usually am able to benefit from VVT in almost every build. It just costs some money. Money's not an option here, so throw it on. Alright, we do want a turbocharger. We want a race setup, and we'll come tweak that more later, because I still have to determine the engine size, but for now we'll just leave it like that. Next is a fuel system. We're going to want a direct injection throttle per cylinder just so we can, again, get as much out of this as physically possible. It's basically just choose the most expensive option and it'll do well. We need a race intake. Again, same reason. We need everything as fast, as light as possible. So ultimate unleaded. Fuel mixture, we're going to run this thing super rich. I might just leave it at 10 because it needs to run really rich for the amount of boost we're going to be making. Ignition time, we can go ahead and raise that up to, I don't know, 80. And RPM limit, let's put that at a 7,000 or so. And max the quality out. I didn't max the quality out in the turbo, so let's do that real quick. Okay. And exhaust, we don't have much choice on headers, so okay with that. We need a dual exhaust and max out the exhaust diameter so we can make sure we make enough power. So we can make sure it has enough room to make all the power we need. No catalytic converter, no muffler, none of that, because it'll probably just hold you back. So that is the setup we're going to use. Let's see if the engine just runs like this or not. and it looks like it will run. It might explode on itself, but it will run, but only up to 900 horsepower. Yeah, only 900 horsepower. No, WhyBeAre wants like 2,000 horsepower. You get that? But don't worry, there's a lot of tweaking we can do. A lot. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and revise the engine size to make it fit. So I'm going to max out the stroke if we can. Perfect. And then I'm going to also... Oh, look at that. Because it's not there. Oh, whoops, I broke it. Oh, well. Anyways, we're going to max out the stroke, and then we're going to increase the bore until it doesn't fit. So just keep going, keep going. Keep going. And that's a big engine. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, the turbos are probably going to need to be bigger too, though. Let's check that out. Alright, turbos are still good, so keep going, keep going. Make the bore huge. Alright, there's the engine size maxing out. That engine size is maxed out. Let's just put a normal race turbo setup on it. See what that does. Alright, there we go. Those numbers are bigger. The question is, will the engine implode on its or explode on itself because I put way too much power into it, or will it actually work? Look at that. 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 There's the boost. There's the boost. Alright, we are at 18.95, which is not that bad. That is pretty good. My goal was to start at 2,000 though, so we need to get a little bit more out of this engine. It says it's running rich a bit. We could lessen the amount of fuel or just up the compression, which should help with the running rich. So we'll do another run. It's still running rich, but we made more power, so that's fine. Up the compression some more. Run it again. Still running rich, but still getting more power. Keep upping the compression until it basically hits a wall. Or it hits the fuel octane limit, I should say. Alright, so that's probably about the octane limit, and it still says it's running rich. So we'll reduce the fuel mixture a little bit, and now it's knocking. But it's not running rich. Probably. So we'll reduce the compression now, and that should get us about 2,000, right? There we go, 2,000 horsepower, even though it's still running rich. So we can lean it out a little bit more. It is running absurdly rich anyways. I just maxed it out, so, you know, normally you wouldn't want a car to ever run that rich anyways. Normally. But, well, yeah, normally. There are some circumstances where you'd be like, yeah, I want my car to run that rich. But normally you wouldn't want that, okay? Alright, so we're just going to keep running. We're going to keep lowering the fuel and the compression until it stops running rich. And then we'll move on to the actual car trim and suspension and wheels and all that. Alright, there we go. So that's 2,066 horsepower. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't think it will be for 400 horsepower. I mean, for 400 miles per hour. Maybe 300, but not 400. Alright, so gearbox. I'm thinking because it's the lightest probably option, we'll need a manual, maybe a 7-speed manual. Spacing, I'll come back to that later. Top speed, 400. Oh, 400, okay. How weird. The estimated top speed is 379, but the top speed we can go to is 328. I'm gonna try to figure this out real quick. I'm gonna be right back. Interesting. So I looked it up. The top speed is actually linked to the RPM limit on your engine. So if we wanted to have a higher top speed, we would need a higher revving engine, it sounds like. So if we put this up to 8,000, does that mean we could get a higher top speed then? Okay, we can. But we still need to be higher to get to 400. So we're going to need to keep increasing the RPM limit, which I'm sure is going to cause really bad things for the engine itself. But we'll see what happens. I just need that really close. We need to up the RPM limit by another 100, and then we are good to go for that. But I'm pretty sure the engine is going to blow up with that high of RPMs. This thing was not made to rev that high. I'm going to watch it because I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to blow up, though. Please don't blow up, engine. It'll definitely make more power than last time if it doesn't blow up. Oh, that didn't sound good. The bottom end part is failed due to the max RPMs being too high, as expected. What failed? Okay, the pistons failed. So, what if we did lightweight forged? Will those ones work better, or is that... I think there's too much torque for these, actually. I'm pretty sure the torque will also shred these. Oh, yeah, those things got shredded way fast. Those are no good. Forged is better here. Lightweight forged just blew up in, like, 6,000 RPM, so that's no good. Alright, so now we have to make it where the car doesn't blow up. And the way to do that would be to lower the stroke of the engine probably. That would make it where the pistons can survive. So let's try just lowering it a whole click and see if it'll run. So we're gonna do it like this. We'll just let it run at max and nope. Pistons blew up. So we'll lower it some more. That one should work. That's way smaller. Alright, so that one works, so we can try cranking it up until it stops working. So we'll just crank it up a bunch, see if that works. Oops. Does this one work? Still good to go, so we can... It is flashing red, so it's probably real close to the limit. I mean, it's probably going to blow up really soon, but we're just going to keep cranking it up to the very, very max we can possibly get out of this thing. It is threatening to blow up so hard, but it isn't yet, so we're going to keep cranking it up. Let's go for 4.3 on the bore, and still not blowing up. All right, good job, Pistons. You guys are holding up great, all 8 of you. Still good. Oh my goodness, this is great. I'm doing it one by one because I'm scared. I'm scared it's gonna break now. Oh, there's the limit. There's the limit. The limit is 4.311 on the stroke. Can't get any bigger than that. Now, since we reduced the stroke, we could probably increase the bore a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. So we could have just a little bit bigger engine. And how does that affect the overall power that it makes? I'm pretty sure it's going to reduce it because I think we overall did lose some engine displacement, which is not a good thing. But we rev higher, so might be an okay trade-off. I think we got a little bit more power. Alright, so that's good. And we still have a lot of tweaking to do for this engine. All that I have tweaked up right now is the actual size of the engine. Assuming we don't need bigger turbos, that might mess everything up. Oh well, think about that later. Let's see, if we hit race turbos, do they fit? Oh, they fit still. We're golden. We're good, don't worry about that. The turbos will fit. We're just going to keep it on race turbos though, and we'll come back to tweaking that more later. Let's get the rest of the trim settled up. So now we have a top speed of 403 miles per hour, even though the estimated top speed is only 375. Worry about getting that extra power to get the higher top speed later. So let's see, for the wheel width, I'm thinking we don't need really fat tires, but we need tires that are wide enough to not blow up. So what if we keep it just at the stock width of 185, which is real thin tires. That's like economy car width. It's thin. Wheel diameter, we could probably bring that down. Let's just make it as low as it'll go. Get some bigger rims on it. Let's go 18 inches, and that should be okay. Oh, semi-slicks. You want semi-slicks here. And we're going to just up the quality to the max on every slider, just because it might be useful. Brakes are going to be weird. We're just using one piston brakes because they are as light as we can go, and really tiny discs. We need it to be lightweight. I don't care about anything but lightweightness. So there we go. Oh, which way is better for weight? Quality is better for weight, so we'll do that. Alright, next is the under tray. Probably downforce, I would think. I mean, we don't have anything to really generate much downforce, though, so I don't think it'll really matter at all. But whatever. So we'll go ahead and do that. Put the downforce at 50. Just give it an even number. Put this at halfway, even though it doesn't matter. I mean, if we add cooling, eventually, it'll matter. So we'll put those at halfway. Max out the quality slider. Alright. 2 seats. I want to do 4 seats, though. I wanted a 4-seater. Oh well. 2 seats, interior basic, because basic is lighter than super light. See that? That's funny, isn't it? It's like super light. No, basic. Get basic. Basic is superior, at least for this. Insulation. What insulation? Quality. Low quality because it's lighter weight. No entertainment. Driver assist. They don't add weight, right? Yeah, so we'll put the driver assist on because they don't add weight, so I don't care. And, let's see here. We'll do the safety to none. And I'm not sure about this quality slider. I'll put it to max. This one I'll put to minimum, because safety would add weight. But if we do tech, I don't know. I'm not sure if it makes a difference, to be honest. Alright, preset. We'll just do a race preset. And what kind of top speed does this get us, huh? 366. That's not bad, but it's quite a bit of ways from the 400 I wanted. How are we going to increase it? We need to optimize this engine. That is what we need to do. We need to optimize the engine, make the turbo setup something probably... I'm sure we can make something a little bit better with this turbo setup than what the race does. So we'll max out the compressor size, max out the max boost, and probably max out the AR ratio as well. Well, wait. Yeah, because the red line is at 8,600, so we're probably going to want it pretty much maxed out. Alright, turbine size, we should probably decrease that because that's a big turbine. Go for about 3.0 on the turbine size, see what that does. Alright, what's that do to the top speed? Well, I don't know about top speed. Uh-oh! Engine failed. Okay, that means the turbo is putting a lot more compression onto the engine, which is a good thing. Because I'm pretty sure basically the turbo needs to do most of the everything. The turbo setup is probably going to be key. The other stuff, yeah, that's important, but you could work around it. The turbo is what's important. So I'm just going to keep lowering the compression bit by bit until it'll run stably. There we go. Ooh, look at that. 2,478. That's good. How's that do to the top? That has to increase the top speed. 385. All right, we're getting there. 400 miles per hour. Come on, we got this. 400 miles per hour. We are actually almost there. We are close. All right. Let's see. What if we increase the turbine size a little bit? Does that make it better or worse? Makes it better, so we'll increase the turbine size a few times more until the game stops making it better. Go more turbine size. Okay. Torque is down, but horsepower is up. I think horsepower is probably going to be more important in this situation. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure it will be. So we're going to keep raising the turbine size. As long as the horsepower is going up, I am happy. So horsepower went up. Let's double check. Is horsepower more important than torque? Yes, it is. So I figure if we're going that fast, it has to be the horsepower. And I was right, thankfully. So we'll just keep increasing this turbine size until it says, you're done. Okay, bigger. Okay, that's it. Maybe even bring it back one. Alright, so that'll be the turbine size we'll use. And let's see, what else can we do with this thing? Oh, we could increase the fuel mixture probably now that the engine's been a bit more optimized. That might give us some more room for the compression. Yeah, there we go, more power. And then we can increase the compression some. Put it maybe to 10, see what that does. Alright, we could keep increasing the compression some more. 10.3. Oh, that's a bit too much. Alright, if we raise the cam profile though, that might equalize it out. There we go. 94.8, that's good. And what else can we do? This is a pretty good engine already. 2,565 horsepower. That's pretty up there. 387 miles per hour. These last 13 are going to be a real pain to get, aren't they? Oh, this is not good. Okay, platform actually. Did I do the sliders here? No. If I increase the quality slider, does that increase the top speed? Yes, it does, by 0.3 miles per hour. Is it the same for this quality slider? Because I'm not sure if these will... See, that one didn't help. That one you don't want to do. So that one we'll go and just put it to... will negative help? See, we need to be 387.3. Yes, it did. 387.6. Getting there. What about this one? Is this one supposed to be up or down? It doesn't matter because I don't have any parts there. Alright, somehow, more power. I don't even think that's possible. We have so much power already. I don't care, more power. Let's see. What if we reduce the ignition timing a little bit? What does that do? Okay, and then we try to up the turbine size a little bit. Does that help? There we go. There's a little bit more power. A little bit more power. Keep upping the turbine size. A little bit more power. More turbine size. More power. More turbine size. All that matters is horsepower. Well, I'm pretty sure all that matters is horsepower for what we're trying. So let's see what that does. 2,563. Oh, it went down. Oh, no. That's not right. You're supposed to go up. Don't do this to me. Oh, no. Let's see. Oh, I wonder, would the exhaust, or would having a straight through exhaust help? Mufflers, whatever. Oh, that's 4 more horsepowers. That's good. What about baffled? Does baffled help? Whoops, wrong button. Baffled. Let's see. No, baffled is bad. Straight through is good. I don't think catalytic converter will help. I think that's just going to choke things up. Yeah. Don't use catalytic converter on this thing. It doesn't need one. What if we lowered the compressor size? Would that help at all? Yeah, a little bit. Well, no, that's not helping. No, it's not. See? We should save this engine. Let's just call it the 400 mile per hour engine That's what it's going to be called. The 400 mile per hour engine. This is revision 1. Just in case I screw it up and have to come back to it. That is it. Alright. 392. Oh. Alright, we're gonna save this too. The 400 mile per hour car. I'm going to save that. We need 8 miles per hour more. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Will double wishbones help? Do double wishbone front and back. See if, oh. Okay, engine is too big now. McPherson struts in the rear because I guess that makes it have a bigger engine bay. And power is, or the top speed is really the same, so I guess it doesn't matter if you use McPherson's or double wishbone. Drive type. What if we did all-wheel drive? All-wheel drive makes it the engine bay too small, so that's no good either. So we'll go and put that back to rear-wheel drive. And, well, I'm not sure. Oh, we could probably do something with the trim. Let's see. Would a 6-speed transmission be better? I don't know. No, 8-speed's good. Or 7-speed is... Well, actually, if we do sequential, we can actually get an 8-speed, which might be beneficial. 394, there we go. Okay. So that's good. That's good. What about double clutch? Will that help at all? I think that just adds weight mostly. Well, it is better. Supposedly, it's green. It's the same number, but it's green, so that means it's better by a fraction of a number. So that's good. Let's see. What if we decrease the downforce some? Does that help? No, it does not. What about increasing the downforce then? 394.3. So more downforce. More downforce, more downforce, more downforce. That'll do it. That'll do it. Come on. Keep going up. Oh, no. 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 Whoops, that's not the downforce button. That is no good. Downforce sticks at like 50 and it's happy. So that's unfortunate. Let's see, 50. How's 50 do? I'm just trying to find the one that's the greenest. I'm just ticking it one at a time. And okay, so 50 is ideal. What about air inclination? Does it make a difference if there's nothing really that's aerodynamic to do anything? Maybe it does a little bit. Maybe it doesn't. I don't think it makes a difference because there's nothing for it to influence. Because I don't have a wing or anything. Yeah. What if we lower the car a bit? Alright, there we go. Another 0.6 miles per hour. We're just inching our way along. Just a little bit every time. Just a little bit. Does this do any different? No, doesn't matter. Just keep it on quality. Because with these tires, you need some traction. Speaking of these tires, what if we put really tiny tires in the front? They might blow up, actually. That's not good. Oh, well. Because I've had that happen before where the game says the tires blew up. 395.1! Oh, this is so close. Okay, I don't know. Increase the tire diameter, or rim diameter. Does that help? No, well, maybe. I could also tweak the wheel diameter, and then it might help. I don't know. It might be about the same. I don't think it really mattered. It's hard to know. I wish it had a decimal place so I can know if that was actually worth it or not. What if we increase the rear wheel width? Does that help? Oh, that makes it way bad. That makes it really ugly. I'm just curious. Sometimes it happens with wheels where you can increase it again and it's better. Nope, it's worse. Make it thin then. Really thin tires on this thing with the 2,000 horsepower. Okay, I guess the size I had was actually ideal? Huh, didn't expect that. Okay. So that is done. There's nothing else I can do here. We could try reducing the spacing a bit. That might help. I don't know. I guess not. Try reducing it a little bit more. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's go and raise the spacing up to 70 then. How about that? Increase the spacing. Does that help? I don't know. I mean, it's the same number, so it's like I don't know if it's actually helping. It's hard to know. So I'll tell you what. I got an idea. What if we said make the wheels smaller to make it more aerodynamic? Does that actually do anything? I don't know. It doesn't change anything. Well, it changed the acceleration, but I think that thing just changes when it wants to. So I don't think body shape actually matters at all. Oh, it does matter. Oh, wait, I made it stubbier and it made it faster? That's kind of backwards. I would think this one would cut through the air better. Is that wrong? I guess so, okay. That's unexpected. Unfortunately, though, I'm not really sure what else to do, so let's make this one stubby too, I guess. And maybe make this pushed in. Maybe make these pushed down. Maybe make this pushed up. I don't know. I'm just trying to change the body shape, see if it'll help at all. Yeah, it's like an immeasurable amount of helping. It's, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it really is worth it. I'm sure if we need every little fraction of a mile per hour we can, it is worth it, but see, that one didn't matter. That one didn't care. It doesn't do nothing. Alright, the last 5 is going to be the hardest 5, huh? That's just the way it is, I guess. Since I'm kind of running out of ideas here, I'm going to just tweak things one setting at a time off camera, and I'll get back to you if I can get anything to work out right. Oh, what if we actually had a different intercooler? I thought we had the biggest one already. Oh, it just adds weight. Never mind. But I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to just do some tweaking and see if I can get it to work out. Okay, so it took a lot of tweaking. It was just, okay, move this slider up one, this one down one, test it again, do it again, test it again, test it again. It was a lot of that. But I finally got it where when you do a test run, the tires don't blow up, because that was a real big issue. And you can reach over 400 miles per hour. We're at 400.3 miles per hour. And I'm sure if you keep tweaking these things a little bit, left and right, up and down, whatever, you can probably squeeze a little bit more out of it. But my goal was 400 miles per hour, and that is what we reached. So I am happy. So let's just go do a quick overview of what was changed. I don't think the platform was changed much. I'm pretty sure that's all about the same. Oh, this was weird. On the body, it turns out the quality being up was better, even though I had it on minimum, I think, previously. The fixtures here, it doesn't matter. I just have it on max just because. I don't think anything was changed here. And I don't know why the game is running really slow. I think it's just this car is too insane. I don't know. But compression and cam profile, those were tweaked a lot. That is like, this engine is the part that was a lot of the tweaking. But I got like every ounce of horsepower I possibly could out of it. Same with the compressor size and turbine size. The compressor, I'm pretty sure, is maxed out. The turbine is at 3.248. And I'm showing you this number in particular because the 3.2 doesn't tell you the whole number. So if you needed to, or if you wanted to copy this setup, that's what you need to know. Everything else is maxed out though. Fuel type, I reduced the ignition timing some just to make it where we could have the higher compression over here. And I don't think the exhaust was modified much at all. Interestingly enough, it says limit per pipe is 1626, and so it would be a combined power of 30,200. So you would think you would reduce it and you would increase the power, but it doesn't. And with all that though, that is what gets me a 2,600 horsepower engine. And I know you could actually make a 3,000 horsepower engine, but that's a bigger engine. This engine is, I'm pretty sure, basically the highest peak horsepower engine you could shove into this body style without it blowing up. And it wants to blow up so bad. It still has that piston that's just threatening to blow up the second you rev it one more than 8,600. And you notice it says reliability is 0 because we have no cooling. I still haven't designed the body. I was too busy tweaking everything else. Alright, so let's see. The gearbox was interesting. A 5-speed seemed to be the ideal one to use. I'm not exactly sure why, but if you use a 6-speed, which would logically think you would do better with, it goes in the red, which usually means it was reduced, and that was unusual. Same with double clutch. For some reason, double clutch supposedly is a little bit faster, so we used the double clutch. The wheels are a mess. They are real thin ones in the front again. I think I tweaked the ones in the back to be a little bit different, the diameter and all that. I can't explain why it's what it is. It's just a lot of just doing what the numbers say to do. Like if it went up, we'll keep it. If it went down, we'll go back to the other way. Brakes are pretty much unchanged as far as I know. Downforce, I reduced it just a smidge, but everything else is at 0 still. There's no cooling. Because if I added the cooling, it would reduce the top speed. I'm 99% certain. Interior, I don't think much was changed. Suspension, the interesting to note, it doesn't matter what setup you have, the important thing is ride height. So we could do a comfort setup, and the top speed is the same. But if you do a race setup, and then you reduce the ride height, it's going to be the same, watch. See, the exact same. All that matters is the ride height. If you increase the ride height by just 1 bar, it starts to go down. So just have a good ride height and you're good to go. And that was the 400 mile per hour vehicle. Now I don't have any design on it, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, if I threw vents on it, then it wouldn't be able to reach its 400 miles per hour, which would be quite a shame considering that was the only thing it was built for. So let's do a quick test for that. Let's just throw a grill on it and see what that does. Oh, if cooling airflow is at 0, it might actually work out. Oh, look at that. If you have cooling airflow at 0, it's still the same. But if we increase it, does it make it worse? Oh, yeah. The second you have any sort of cooling, it just goes real bad. So that's where active aero would come into handy when that's eventually implemented. I don't think it's implemented yet. But with that, you could just say, well, when you're going 400 miles per hour, the cooling closes up or something. Yeah. And that allows you to go faster. That's the excuse. So, but right now, there's no cooling because we need that high speed. That's just the way it is. I wanted the top speed, so there's no cooling. But we could put vents on it that could potentially cool the engine, then put it at 0, and just say it has imaginary active cooling. Yeah, that could work. Let's go ahead and try to design something on this thing that's a little bit different from the other times I've designed this car. It seems like every time I have this car, I kind of do a similar design, so try to make this one a little bit different at least. Let's go like that. This should be good. Put a... let's use a weirdly shaped grill. Yeah! That looks really unusual, and that's not. Let's just use a square grill because it'll match up. Oh, no, that's the license plate one. How did I do that? No. This one? No! Maybe I wanted this grill. This grill's the one I'm thinking of, I think. There we go. So we can make this nice and big. I mean, we need to cool, like, I think it's 4,000 kilojoules. That amount of cooling is absurd. I don't know if we could actually achieve that, to be totally honest here. That looks okay in the front, though. I like that. Looks totally fine to me. But we still need a ton of cooling. So the way we're going to need to do that is vents. And now I know just shoving one of these vents on here on the side works great. But I've done that twice already, so we need to figure out something else to do. So what if we, I think these vents work pretty well. So what if we shove these on the roof to kind of hide away the fact that they're vents even? That's 57. Let's make it bigger. See, the numbers with this one, it's bouncing all over the place. It looks like sometimes it's going to be like 400 and then it's just 60. There, look, now it's 400. There's something unusual with these vents. If they are just perfectly placed, they are the masters of cooling. If they are just ever so slightly out of alignment, they are okay. So it's kind of unusual, but hey, we got the masters of cooling here. That should help some. Look, I mean, this thing is cooling about 3,000 total kilojoules. Wait, it went down. Why did it go down? Well, now it's at 0. How weird. Now it's at 2,000. These vents are a little crazy. Their numbers are seemingly random. I don't know why. I guess, I don't know. Alright, what if we put them on the back too? Does that help? Oh, yes it will. 600. 3,000. I need to cool this thing. I know, they're kind of ugly. But I just wanted to get enough cooling for the engine. I mean, if we put them straight, they wouldn't be so ugly. The problem is when you put them straight, they don't cool as much. Like, see, it's like half the cooling. I don't want half the cooling. I want double the cooling. See, it's kind of weird looking, though. It's just like these holes that are all crooked and cockeyed and stuff. But, hey, it cools the car. See, the top ones, they look okay. The back ones are just hideous. I'll say that right now. But that's okay. I'm just going to pretend they're not there. That's it. I'm just gonna pretend they're not there. That way it looks nice to me. Let's just throw some S15 headlights on this. We outsourced them. We just said, "Hey Nissan, give us some of your old tail lights." And we just slapped them onto the car. Like, that's it. We're good. We made our supercar tail lights. For the front, let's just again, we just outsourced them. So somebody give us some headlights, and then we just say, "Okay, we got some headlights." We just slapped them on. Then we're like, "Oh wait, those headlights had no indicators." Slaps them on. See, all that they cared about was the 400 miles per hour. That's all that mattered, man. Anything else, who cares? I actually tried putting a wing on earlier. Don't do that. It makes everything slower. Oh, look at that. Looks like a little handle to carry a car by. But it'll make everything way worse, watch. Oh, no! I don't want that. Get out of here, you. Get out of here. Wait, I can't click it. Oh, I'm on the wrong menu. I can't tell which one I'm selecting. There we go. Get it? Did I get it? Wait. Come on. Oh, hold on. I just thought of something. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I just had to check something real quickly. There you go, and now it should still be a 400 mile per hour vehicle, right? Yep, it's still good. It's still good. So, totally hideous just to cool the engine, then the cooling isn't even used. How ironic is that? So yeah, that is the car though. Lips also slowed things down. It seemed like, oh, we could throw an exhaust on it. But, that is it. I got my car I wanted to make. That's all I cared about, is I wanted to make a car that did this, and I made a car that does that. 400 miles per hour. Just absolutely insane. I know the cooling is kind of an ugly design. I don't know. I mean, honestly, we could just say it's a car made to you drive it once and then rebuild the engine like a drag racer, right? So you can say it doesn't need cooling because it's going to seize up anyways. Yeah, that totally works. No. So the top's okay. We could just get something on the back that looks good. It would actually be okay. Problem is, anything that the angle that cools the best is like a really weird looking angle. So like that. Yeah, that may be the ideal angle to cool at, but it's weird looking. If it looked like that, that'd be okay, but then it doesn't cool as good. Unless you make it huge. Well, that doesn't look too bad, actually. It almost cools enough. Yeah, the roof still looks funky, sure. But we almost have enough cooling. All we need to do, really, is just throw on a additional grill. We could do something like this, look. Let's put it right here like this. Whoa, not like that, like that. There we go. I don't know, I need a ton of cooling, I know that. I like the way that looks, though. That actually turns out okay. I'm pretty sure there's nothing I could put on the roof that would look okay. It needs like a fin. That would look okay. That would probably also reduce the aerodynamics and the top speed and all that. Well, I don't know. I mean, these ones don't reduce anything because they don't have any function. They're just there for looks, really. So it's hard to know. What if we did this? Can we put a... No, I was wondering... Well, actually, what if we go... rotate this... and try to... Ooh, that looks weird. But it actually cools things. It looks weird. But it cools things. Oh, that's cool. I don't know. I didn't know you could put parts there, mostly. That's neat. I honestly didn't know you could put a part right there. That's just neat to do that. See, now I'm just screwing around. I got my car. What can we do to ruin it? I shouldn't ruin it. It's not that bad of a car. It's a pretty car. Yeah, you're a pretty car. Maybe... Ooh, there we go. That'll get us some cooling. Yes! Still doesn't look bad. And that has enough cooling now. That's as good as you're going to get looking-wise from me to cool that engine. Where is that engine? Let's look at that engine, man. Oh, look at that engine. It's funny the grills are still there and stuff. The vents and grills, but look at that engine. That is a great engine, man. That is a really great engine. How funny. The cooling is behind the engine. Like, how much cooling does it really do? Well, I guess, we do have an intake here. I was going to say, how much cooling can that really do when there's no real intake? But I forgot the ones on the roof work as an intake, and those ones work as exhaust for the heat. Or something like that, I guess. But yeah, that is the 400 mile per hour car. It is done. Let's go and save this as revision 3. Do one last test run, make sure it's not ruined. 400.3 miles per hour. And again, I'm sure you could probably squeeze it up to maybe 405 or so if you really just kept tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it. But that is the one. That is the 400 mile per hour car, man. Feel free to make it even faster if you wanted to. You saw the numbers. You saw the design. You could do it now if you wanted to. But until next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.